We're back with Investing Insights with Barry Burnett. I'm your host, Barry Burnett, and I'm so glad you're with us because tonight we're talking with Scott Akerley, the CEO of Pango Group, and you can reach them by pangogroup.com. They are an independent escrow company, a network of 5 independent escrow companies that they own in Southern California that operate for the protection of you, the entrepreneurial investor, so that your escrow is smooth and safe. The interesting thing about Stronger, Safer, Smarter is that you actually have to implement some of those things to make yourself safer in this crazy, crazy world with so much incredible information theft. How you've heard every single minute of every single day about how companies are being hacked or broken into, how individuals' lives are being, cyber ruined. And part of what we're talking about, Scott, is how you've actually had to upset a number of your clients and realtors because you have to send out encrypted emails. Why do you send out encrypted emails, and what's that done to your marketplace?
Well, I think we were one of the first companies to do it because we're trying to protect consumers, social security numbers, driver's license numbers, credit card information, that people are out there surfing the web, surfing the internet, and trying to get that information, hack into it, copy it, steal people's identity. And we were one of the first companies to do it. And so everyone has enough accounts, passwords, that they're always trying to save that information. They don't need another account. They have to do that. And so we were one of the first companies, and we've spent a lot of time talking to our realtors, talking to our buyers, talking to our sellers about how do we protect their information.
Well, you've got 250 employees who can't be terribly happy that they now have to encrypt their emails, but the net bottom line of that is that your clients are much safer. Isn't that true?
Absolutely.
What have you had to do? What have you done within your company to make all of your employees and therefore all of your clients much safer?
Well, we've spent a lot of time investigating what is the best techniques to protect people's data, and at the same time, how does it work with their lives and our employees' lives? And so in some cases, one of the new pieces of software we just purchased was a piece of software that can protect the client's data and at the same on an employee's phone. And at the same time, that data is protected and separate from any personal information on their phone.
Sure, because nobody actually has just a phone. It's a walking computer database.
Yes.
It's up and down to the cloud.
Right.
Well, we're Investing Insights with Barry Burnett. This is not your normal average home show because radio home shows talk about the wonderful fluff stuff, and we love granite countertops and window treatments, but this is real stuff to make your entrepreneurial investment stronger, safer, and smarter. Now, in the process of making it stronger and safer, Scott Akerley, the CEO of Pango Group, here in Southern California with 250 employees who all carry cell phones, who are all smartphones, who are all very competent, adroit professionals who are protecting their clients' interests because, Scott, you just did what with your software upgrade?
We're upgrading everything. Every piece of software and every piece of hardware is protected to encrypt emails and everything else, so nothing can get out there and be hacked by somebody else.
So an escrow officer goes to lunch and they step away to get a refill on their soda and their cell phone is taken off their table. But their client is not now vulnerable because all of that information is protected.
Absolutely. We can hit a button and wipe it out immediately.
Okay. And nobody really wants that, but it's a whole lot safer than calling your employee in and finding out what all has been compromised, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And so each of your employees deals with multiple clients and lots of very sensitive data. Cyber theft, have you got any examples of some of the stuff that's going on?
There's been 2 escrow companies just in Southern California that have been hacked into where they put viruses into the computer. One of them was hacked for over $1 million, rerouted the money throughout the world. And unfortunately, based on independent escrow companies' rules and regulations, that money has to be put back in within 24 hours.
Oh.
And they were not able to do that. A company that's been in business for years, out of business.
That wrecked their day.
Every escrow that's in that company can no longer be closed. They have to make sure that, because the money now comes from other escrows because it's a trust fund.
Okay, so there are 2 parties minimum in each escrow.
Yes.
And because these are trust funds, because that escrow company was hacked, not only is the company ruined, but all of those transactions are frozen.
They're frozen until they balance out all the accounts, and everybody can take a hit on that.
Oh, lovely. So a company that's just been forcibly bankrupted by others, by theft, now also has the responsibility against criminal liability that they have to balance all of those accounts for everybody that trusted them.
Yes.
And you did something different. In your company, you've complied with CFPB, the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, by encrypting all of your files. Now, you also did something with the data that's the non-public private data. What did you do with that?
Well, we're protecting all that and keeping that confidential and secure. And at the same time, with cyber theft, we've moved all of our computers, all the wire access to banks, away from our escrow officers and put it in a central location. All of our computers that connect to the banks only can connect directly to the bank. They're off every other server. They're on standalone systems that if they get turned off or something happens, they automatically wipe clean every single time. So there's no virus that can be put on them, and they're only allowed to confirm wires. And so we've separated duties from multiple locations to make sure people's money are protected and wires are protected.
So that sounds like it was all free, right?
Yeah.
So as far as your consumer, as far as your customer, as far as your realtors are concerned, all of that was free because you didn't charge extra in your service to comply with all of these things.
Right.
So in the process of doing this, you completely segregated all of that material so that your complete and total client base is now much less vulnerable, and all of the lenders are protected as well.
Absolutely. One of the other companies that was hacked into, they did their reconciliation. They balance their trust funds once a month.
Oh.
So we do it every day at a branch. We do it every night at a separate location. We send every check we issue to the bank every night and compare that to make sure the amounts that we issued are the amounts that match the banks, the checks that were cashed at the banks. And then once a month, we balance it again.
Hence, these are called trust funds because you can trust that these funds will be accurate each and every day.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, Scott, I'm really glad that you're here, and you will be back with much more incredible information in just a moment with Investing Insights with Barry Burnett here on Talk Radio 790 KABC. We're talking about how to make your personal portfolio in real estate stronger, safer, smarter.